Hey guys, welcome. Yoga Shlee here. So today I wanted to provide you with a shorter yoga flow. So this flow is great for everybody, but specifically somebody who maybe doesn't have a full hour in their day to dedicate to their yoga practice, or someone maybe who is newer to yoga, who needs a little bit space to just move their body throughout their day. So let's get started. We'll just need a yoga mat. And we don't need any props for this little flow, but if you want to grab a pillow, if you have your blocks, that's wonderful. You can go ahead and grab them, and then we'll meet on our mat. So take your time getting set up, getting situated. And we'll begin comfortable seat, easy Sukhasana pose. Perhaps crossing the legs. You can also just stretch your legs out in front of you, whatever makes sense to your body. And then sitting up nice and tall with a nice long spine, closing the eyes down, and just rest the hands down onto the knees or thighs. And just taking these next few moments to arrive here on your mat. So acknowledging whatever it took to get here today. Acknowledging anything else that comes up for you right away. Maybe something physical in the body, a sensation, a soreness, a tightness. Perhaps that's in your mental space, something that's been lingering all day. So you can go ahead and just observe those things that do come up. And then allow them just to pass by you. We can come back to those things after our practice, but let's see if we can just fully be right here for the next little bit of our day. It's a great way to come back into the present moment, to really focus on your breath. So as you sit here and your eyes are closed, start to focus on your breath. Really noticing as the breath comes in the nose or maybe in the mouth. And then notice as the breath leaves you. So feel the breath entering your mouth. And exhale. Let's try breathing in through the nose, nice and slow. Filling all the way up to the top of the inhale. And then opening the mouth and letting it go. And just take a couple more breaths here. Grounding down into your space. Every breath becoming a little bit more in tune with your body. And if you'd like to invite some sort of intention for your practice, you can go ahead and do that now. And that intention can be anything that you want. A goal in mind, a mantra, an affirmation. Anything that you resonate with today. So keeping the hands on the knees. If the palms are facing up, we'll just go ahead and flip them and face them down towards the knees. And then the next time you take a big breath in, we'll lift the chin up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, dropping the chin back towards the chest. Like a nice little stretch to the back of the neck, up to the shoulders. And we'll do that again. Inhale, lifting the chin up. Exhale, chin to the chest. And this time, as you move through this, lift the chin and lift the heart. Really pop it up to the sky, opening the whole front of the body. And then as you exhale, rounding the spine, tucking your chin towards your chest. Moving through these seated cat-cow. So inhale, lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhale, round it out, chin to chest. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, back up to neutral. Shoulders over the hips. Maybe opening the eyes here and then reaching hands up overhead. So really feel like rounding down through the sit bones here evenly as the fingertips reach up to the sky. Palms can face in. We relax the shoulders down the spine. And then we'll bend the elbows and cactus the arms. So here the forearms should be parallel to one another. Keeping the fingertips spread wide. It's super active, almost like you want to surge energy out through the fingertips. And then we'll lift the heart. Puff up the heart towards the sky. A little lift of your gaze up towards the sky. And then we'll draw the forearms towards one another, crossing right over left. Start to intertwine the arms. Maybe you just stay right here, and that's perfectly great for your eagle wrap. If you have further to go, you can start to maybe find the palms together and then lift through the fingertips. Move the forearms a little bit away from your face. So feeling a nice big old stretch through the shoulders, through the upper back. And then we'll inhale, lift the fingertips. Just like we did before. Exhale, round the spine. Don't have to drop all the way down, just a little rounds like we did before. Going chin to chest. One more time, inhale, lift through the fingers. Exhale, round. One more time, back to center. We'll release back to our cactus arms. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, cross your left elbow over the right. We'll start to wrap up the arms. You can stay right here if that's what feels good here. Or if you have further to go, you can start to wrap the arms up and find the palms together. Then wherever you are, again, lift through the fingertips. Move the forearms away from your face a little bit. Take a big breath in. Reach up. And as we exhale, we'll round the spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Come back to center on your breath in. Release your arms. And then we'll make our way to a tabletop. So if you have something that you were sitting on, you can just go ahead and move that off to the side. And we'll come onto our hands and knees. Nice little tabletop. Wrists right underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Fingers spread nice and wide here. And then we'll stretch the right leg straight back. And keep the toes down for now and press back through the heel. Find a little calf stretch. And for some, it might feel good to shift a little forward to back for a moment. And then we're going to plant the right heel down so the toes dial to the right. Swivel out your left foot to help with balance. And we'll bring our right hand to our right hip. Draw the right hip back so we open the hips completely to the right side. Then when you're ready, we'll take the right arm up to the sky. So stacking the arms, stacking the shoulders, reaching through the right fingertips. And maybe you lift your gaze up to the top hands. And take a couple breaths here. You can either pause here, or I like to find really big circles into my top arm. Almost like I had a paintbrush in my hand and I was just painting circles all over the walls. So if you're doing that a couple times, maybe both directions. A little bit more warm up for the shoulders. And then we'll meet with our right arm reaching towards the front of the mat. So up by the right ear. We'll make sure the left shoulder is over the left wrist, and we'll start to lift that right leg up in space. So feel this long line of energy surging out through the right fingertips, out through that right heel. And you can look down your leg and just make sure that the leg isn't in front of you nor behind you, but just straight back out of the hip. A couple more breaths here. Lifting with that inner right thigh. Maybe you can lift a little bit higher for 3, 2, and on 1, we'll gently release, coming back to our tabletop on hands and knees. And just dropping the hips side to side for a moment, just letting that go. And then we'll take it to the other side. So drawing your left leg straight back, keeping the toes down for now. And pressing back through the heel. Find a little calf stretch here. Any movement is always welcome during your practice. And then we'll start to drop the left heel down. Swivel up the right foot to help with balance. Left hand to left hip. Draw that left hip back. So the hips are open. The shoulders are square to the left side. And then when you're ready, take the left hand up to the sky. Reach tall through the fingertips. Maybe lift your gaze a little bit if that's okay on your neck. And then you're welcome to stay right here or find those little rotations through the shoulders a couple times both directions. We'll meet when you're ready with the top arm up by the ear, reaching for the front of the mat. So look down, make sure your right shoulder is right over the right wrist, and then lift your left leg up in space. Feel this long line of energy. Again, make sure that the left leg is just straight back. Really lifting with that inner left thigh, so maybe it comes a little bit higher. We'll stay here just for 3, 2, and 1. Gently come on down to your tabletop, hands and knees. And then we'll just sit onto our heels for a moment. Stacking the shoulders over the hips, closing the eyes down. Try not to take too much movement here, just breathe. And then we're gonna make our way to our downward facing dog. So walking the hands forward, coming back to our tabletop, and then tucking the toes, lifting the hips all the way up and back. Our first downward facing dog. So here, just a couple of things, making sure that the hands are shoulder width apart. The feet are about hip width distance apart. I like to turn the toes just slightly in, heels slightly out so that I can't really see my heels. And then moving the shoulders out and away from my ears. So creating that space in the neck. Lengthening my sit bones up and back. Feel free to take movement here in your first down dog. So if you want to paddle out the legs a couple times or drop the hips side to side. Always invite you to listen to your own body and just move in any way that makes sense to you. Okay, we'll start to look forward up at the hands, rise onto the tiptoes, and then tiptoe walk all the way to the front of the mat. Finding the feet hip width distance apart. Bowing the head forward towards the toes, letting the whole upper body rest onto the thighs. So maybe that means you take a little bend in the knees. You bob the head a little side to side. Maybe you ragdoll the arms, finding opposite elbows. And then we'll release the hands down and we'll rise all the way up to standing, just rolling the spine up slowly. Let the head be the last thing to come up. And then we'll roll the shoulders up and down the spine, lifting the heart, opening through the collarbones, grounding down evenly through the feet, and taking the hands to heart center. So from mountain pose, we'll inhale and lift the arms up overhead, extended mountain. As we exhale, we'll drop the right hand down by your sides, ground through both feet, and reach up and over to the right hand side, opening this whole left side body. Pause here, just one more breath. And our next inhale, come back to center, reach through both fingertips. And exhale, drop the left hand down, reach up through the right hand. Nice full breaths here. Good, inhale back to center. And as you exhale, hands pass through heart center and fold all the way down to your toes. Inhale, lengthen to a halfway lift. So hands can stay on the mat, the shins, the thighs, anywhere where you can lift the heart, lift the sit bones, and reach the crown of your head forward. As you exhale, we'll fold this down. Step both feet back to a high plank. And as you exhale, right back to your downward facing dog. And we'll stay here for about 3 deep breaths. So inviting any movement you want to take. If you feel like your spine is rounding a lot in the upper back, you can go ahead and bend knees and then press your belly back towards the thighs, lifting the sit bones up and back. And that's how you create a little bit more length there. Pressing down firmly through the hands, especially through the insides of the wrist, the base of the thumb, and the points of your finger. We'll start to look forward, again, walking feet up to meet the hands. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, drop right hand to right side. Reach up through the left fingertip, side stretch. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left hand to left thigh. Reach up through the right. Inhale, all the way up to the sky. Exhale, passing through center, forward bends. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, step both feet back to a high plank. And downward facing dog, exhale. We'll stay here for just a couple more breaths. So maybe taking a moment to take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then opening the mouth, a big exhale out. Take one more big breath. And let it go. Okay, we'll start to float our right leg up and back. We'll find a 3-legged dog. So here the hips are square to the mat. The right toes are dialing down towards you. And then we'll bend the knee and open up the hip. So now the hips open, the shoulders want to open too, but we want to keep those square. So pull the left hip back to drop that right shoulder back down. Maybe a couple circles, the knee here. And then we're going to look forward, taking a big breath in. As you exhale, lift off the back heel and take a big step forward. You can always use your hands and help you to take a big step forward in between the hands. Softening the back knee down, untuck the toes, and walk the hands up to the front knee. We're really going to step into the front foot. Ease a little weight out of the back knee. Pressing the back toenails down into the ground. And then when you're ready, you found your balance, taking the arms up overhead. So here, soften the shoulders, keep the arms active. Set your gaze to one point. And then we'll cactus arms just like we did before, bending to the elbows, lifting the heart space, squeezing the shoulder blades down the back. And then finding cactus arms, or you're welcome to stay here by drawing the forearms together, crossing the right over the left, intertwining the arms and reaching up through the fingertips. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to crunch down, tap your elbows towards the right knee. Engage through the core. Inhale, lift back up. And exhale, crunch down, tap the knee. Inhale, lift all the way back up. Release the arms. And then plant the hands to frame the front foot. We'll tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee and step both feet back to a high plank. Right back to your downward facing dog. Just a couple of breaths here, and then we'll move on to the other side. Okay, when you're ready, we'll start to lift our left leg up and back, three-legged dog. So dropping your left hip just a little bit to square the hips down. The left toes are dialing down, your right heel is rooting into the mat. And then we'll bend the knee, open up the hip. Again, pull that right hip back to drop that left shoulder down, keep them square. As you maybe move through a little knee rotations here. And then taking a breath in as you look forward, exhale, a big step forward in between the hands. Softening the back knee down, untucking the toes, and finding the hands to the front knee. Stacking shoulders over hips, and really stepping firmly into the front foot. So keeping the legs a little bit active here instead of just dropping all the way down. Stepping into the front foot, pressing the back toenails into the ground. And then when you're ready, reaching the arms up overhead. Soften your gaze. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. And then we'll meet by cactusing the arms, bending the elbows and lifting the heart. Drawing the arms together, we'll cross left over right. Intertwine the arms, reach up through the fingertips, take a big breath in. And then exhale, crunch down, engage your core, elbows to knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, elbow to knee. Just one more time, inhale. Exhale, crunch down. Inhale, right back up. Unwrap the arms, release the hands to frame the front foot. Pick up the back, tuck the back toes, pick up the back knee, and step both feet back, a high plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. We'll take about 3 more breaths here, and then we'll start to wind things down for you. So this is our last couple of breaths in our down dog. So any extra movement you want to take, please feel free to do so. Nodding the head, yes and no. Just releasing tension in the back of the head, back of the neck. Okay, Okay, we're just going to softly bring the knees down to the floor. And then swing the legs forward using the support of your hands. And go ahead and lie all the way down onto your back. Keeping the knees bent. And walking the heels in close to the sit bones. And just resting the arms down by the sides. We're going to set up for a bridge pose here. So making sure that the knees and the thighs are parallel is super important. We'll begin by, palms can face down here. We'll begin by inhaling as we lift the hips up towards the sky, drawing the chest in towards your face, and then maybe rolling the shoulders under to find that bind through the hands. Maybe closing the eyes here, just feeling into the breath. And stay here just for 5, 4, 3, maybe lifting a little bit higher, 2, and 1, releasing any binds, lowering the hips all the way down to the floor, and then we'll take the hips, opening the hips, dropping the knees open to both sides, soles of the feet come together. And then just resting your hands wherever that feels comfortable. So maybe onto your body somewhere, maybe down by the sides, maybe up overhead, cactusing the arms. And just relax the knees, relax your shoulders. Supta Baddha Konasana is a great pose for stretching the hips, stretching the inner thighs. And it's really a restful, peaceful pose. It brings a lot of calm into your body, relieving a little bit of stress. It's a great pose to take perhaps in the morning when you're still laying in bed, getting ready for your day, or at the end of the day, winding down. Just closing the eyes down and taking a few moments in your Supta Baddha Konasana. So, set up for our final resting Shavasana. If you're super comfortable here, you're welcome to stay right here where you are. Please do. If you feel like you want to move a little bit and stretch your legs out, you can do that. Resting the arms down by the sides. And we'll just take a quick Shavasana, but if you have time to take a longer Shavasana, please do. So go ahead and close the eyes down. Relax every muscle in your face. Allow every muscle in your body to soften, to melt, to rest. So that you can be here and get complete rest and relaxation into your body and into your mind. So that you're ready for the next part of your day, whatever that looks like. Start to bring awareness to our body, to our breath, wiggling our fingers, wiggling our toes, bringing a smile to your face, finding a little gratitude for yourself for taking this time on your mat today and making some space and time for your practice. Maybe reaching the arms up overhead, just finding a quick full body stretch, a good morning stretch. And bending the knees in, and just curling up to one side, pressing the ground away, and we'll lift ourselves up to a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. Again, just sitting up nice and tall, just like how we began in our Sukhasana. We'll find hands to heart center at prayer. Let's take one more closing breath together. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open the mouth. Let it go. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Namaste. Thank you, everybody who joins me. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.